Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Umma, and this is from writer-director Iris K. Shim, and focuses on the story of a recluse woman, played by Sandra Oh, who has this strange condition where she's allergic to electricity. She lives an unplugged lifestyle on a farm with bees, chickens, and her daughter, and basically, the story is her uncle shows up to inform her that her mother has passed away and brought her most treasured belongings, including her urn, and then hauntings start to happen, and basically this film focuses on the haunting of Sandra Oh by her own mother, causing tensions with her own daughter, played by Fivel Stewart, who plays Chris, and basically this film really focuses on generational trauma and Korean traditions. There's a lot of elements of Korean traditions, some of which are integral to the plot and meaningful. Others feel like they're kind of like tacked on to try to, like, there's one point where Fivel sees this strange creature that definitely seems out of, like, Korean myths and stuff like that, and Asian mythology, and it's just like, what's the point of this thing being there? And there doesn't really seem to be one. It kind of just feels tacked on. But there's other elements where it's just like Korean traditions seem to get in the way of this life that Sandra Oh is having and her mother moving on to the afterlife. And it really deals with a lot of generational trauma, the things that Sandra Oh's mother did to her, and then the things that she does then on passing along to her own daughter, and perpetuating this cycle and trying to break it and to move on and grow from it. Now, the mother-daughter dynamics are very poignant and important in this film, and you spend a lot of time between Amanda, Sandra Oh's character, and Chris, Fivel Stewart's character, and the tensions that are growing as, you know, Chris wants to go off to college. She wants to leave, but her mom can't let her leave, similar to how her mother didn't want her to leave. And it's perpetuating those conditions. Now, my biggest thing with this hour and 23-minute movie is its complete ineffective use of horror. There's barely any tension. The scares are just a lot of stock jump scares and things like that that feel very cheap. And there's a very, like, otherworldly kind of voice representing Sandra Oh's mother, who keeps cutting in during these scary scenes, and it just kind of takes you out of the scene and takes you out of the tension. Cuts the tension, then bam, there's no tension. And what's unfortunate is there's solid drama here. There's a lot to work with. And it feels like the drama is brought down by this clunky and ineffective horror elements. Sandra Oh gives a really, really strong performance. She has to show a lot of trauma. She has to show a lot. There's moments of, like, possession. She has to show moments of, like, powerful emotion. And Stewart does a fine job keeping up with her. And then you have, like, Dermot Mulroney and Odeya who play her farmhand who's helping out, and his daughter and his niece, and, you know, they're in it. Dermot Mulroney's doing his thing, but most of the time there's just long stretches of scenes where it's just a bunch of clunky, here's some exposition, and it's just like, okay, and you're just sitting there for a couple minutes just listening to, like, this is important, this is important, this is important, this is what this is, and you're just like, this seems very boring. I'm just listening to all of this spelled out for me. And there's definitely moments where logic kind of cuts out. But in general, I honestly feel like this film would have been better as just a drama. And if they just cut out a lot of the horror elements and kind of made it like a supernatural drama, I think this would have been a more effective film, but you have all those horror elements that bring the film down and just make it feel like it's a missed opportunity, and that's unfortunate. But there's definitely some potential here. It's just You have to see through a lot of drudge to find it. But those are my thoughts on Umma. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.